In this video, I'm going to talk about probably the most badass way to come back and recover from the failure, okay? Which I call the anime villain way. So let's dive right into it. I want you to understand, that's the first thing, I want you to understand that after failure, we truly have only three paths we can go for. And so the first one is to just give up entirely and, cry like a baby about our failure and not really do much besides that, which is obviously like the worst way you can go. But the second way is to essentially accept that we have failed at something and keep pushing, keep going, which is good. It is good. It is really good. Like if you can just accept and keep going, you will be kind of fine. But it won't give you the same benefits, the same results as the third way, which is the anime villain way. And so the main idea of this mindset, this philosophy is that after every single failure, you will essentially be a whole lot stronger and whole lot smarter. You will notice a lot of patterns, and in the perfect scenario, every single time and when you fail at something, it will be literally the last time when you will fail at this particular thing. Okay, so let's dive right into it, how we can achieve that. So you need to, okay, let me give you an example. Let's say that one day I had this idea come up to my mind, which was that I kind of maybe came up with some business idea, which I thought that was really nice, and I got myself so hyped up about this business idea, about starting this business, because I thought that okay, there's no competition, no one ever thought about it before, no one even tried it before, but it is so good, like I will be making so much money with this business model, and I am so hyped to start this thing. And so I start this thing, and the first week goes by, the second week goes by, third week goes by, and I'm not seeing any sales, I'm not seeing any kind of results from that business, right? And so what you want to do, like obviously you will fail with this business, okay? That's just an example, but essentially you end up failing. So then what you need to do is you need to analyze every single step that you took from the moment when this idea came up to your head, okay, to the moment when you failed. Literally every single step. So the first step was that you had this idea, obviously, and so you started kind of maybe daydreaming about things going extremely well for you, and you being lucky and all of that stuff. And so you gained this kind of fake confidence. You were overconfident with this thing, and so you started, but then maybe the copywriting was really bad on your website. Maybe the product was actually extremely bad, but you were just under the influence of emotions, and that is why you failed. But so you thought that okay, it is such a great product, it is such a great business idea, but then again it was just your emotions fooling you into thinking that way. That could be the case. And so we want to analyze every single step that you took, right? And then, obviously after you do it only one time, it won't really change a lot in your mind, in your mindset. But if you keep repeating that, what you will notice is you will start noticing different patterns, okay? And this is really crucial, and this is where the source is essentially, because you will see different patterns. And believe me, there's one rule that I always follow, is that the universe is being ruled by the patterns. And so what I mean by that is, for example, if I want to grow on YouTube, right, the only thing that I need to do is to start posting those videos and keep posting them. And if I do so, eventually one of them, even if I would record really bad content, eventually one of them will get views because because of no reason, right? Essentially. So one of them will get views, one of them will blow up, and this will be my chance to essentially succeed with this thing, right? This is the pattern that I've noticed by seeing many small creators essentially just becoming really popular because they just kept going, right? And so this is one of the patterns. So because I noticed that previously, even when I was getting 3-4 views on every single video a couple of months ago, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, on every single video for like 3 weeks, it did not make me quit this thing. Why? Well, because I knew exactly that there is this pattern, okay? Because I failed like at 5 different YouTube channels, and then No, I just noticed that, okay, in my case, I quit because I was not seeing results. But there are other people who started small as well, like everybody starts small, right? But they, even though they were not getting any views at all, maybe even smaller amounts of views than I was getting on my previous channels, right? They just kept going, and now they are in a way different place than I am. And probably if I would as well just keep going, I could end up being really successful, right? And so I just noticed that, okay, so quitting doesn't work, but pushing no matter what does work. And so that is the pattern that I have noticed, and that I just implemented it, and that allowed me to hit my first viral video in my life on YouTube, right? Which was about 2 months ago, something like this. So this is really, really important, right? And so you can also notice that, as I said with this example, you are just too confident. Okay, you might notice that you pushed yourself too hard. That was also what happened to me one time, where I literally fell asleep while writing blog posts for my blog business that I had in the past as well. I literally just fell asleep because I was pushing myself too hard, way too hard, to the point where I just, like, as I said, I remember that I was writing this one blog post, and like I just felt so dizzy at one moment, and I just literally woke up after like half an hour. I just was so tired mentally that I literally just took a nap without even realizing it. Okay, I just fell asleep in front of my computer. So that was, again, even though I failed at this business because I essentially burned out and I was not able to even sit down and write any single word anymore after some time of pushing myself, right? I just noticed that, okay, this is the pattern. I cannot really push myself too hard. This is yet another pattern. I cannot be, and I just want you to see this compounding effect of analyzing every single step that you did that eventually led to you failing, okay? Because now I have a lot of knowledge. I know that, okay, so I have to keep pushing no matter the results. I just can't pay attention to results at all, because that only may discourage me if I'm facing those bad times, right? Then I know that I cannot be too confident, because if I'm overconfident and I'm overhyped at starting something, I will essentially end up being like too cocky, and I will just fail, because I will assume that, okay, because I'm so confident, like this sales page will be so great and everything will be so great, and like how that works. In reality, it will be way different, and you will just see it in a different way because you're so confident, overconfident, you're so hyped up. So I know that I can do that as well, and I just know so many things that now work. And so if I just like kind of compound all of this knowledge into one, now I am able to truly build success, okay, over time. And that's yet another pattern that I have noticed, is that if you're looking for any kind of shortcuts, if you're looking for any kind of quick wins and all of that stuff, you are essentially making yourself fail from the very beginning, because like there is no such a thing as quick success. It just doesn't happen. Okay, and so this is really like the only way which I believe you should go about failing. Because yes, you can go and like fail and then start once again, or keep pushing. That is good, as I said, but you are not really learning anything from that. And so what would be the point? Like if I would start 10 different blog businesses over time, but then I would never learn that, okay, I cannot push myself too hard, I cannot be too confident, I cannot quit if I'm not seeing results and all of that stuff. If I would not learn that, if I would not analyze my every single step that I took previously, and I would just, start the same thing over and over again, I would just keep failing over and over again. That's how it works. You need to learn and improve and really take those lessons from the failures, okay? Yeah, so that was my message for today. I hope you found value in it. If that's the case, you can subscribe to this channel. If you are new here, you can join our free community. Link is in the description. Other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.